Hello everyone, Hillary O'Hagan here, SEL Specialist for APW Central School District. Today we're going to be focusing on how to help our kids and our teens with their self-awareness and how we can help them foster a growth mindset. So I want to start with having you consider two ways that your kid could respond to a potential challenge in their life. So let's say that challenge is that they miss a shot on the soccer field. They could either A, respond in frustration and say, I was never good at soccer anyway, I'm done with it, and then refuse to play. Or they could feel a stab of disappointment and tell themselves, that was a tough shot, I'll have to practice a little bit more and try harder, and then they continue to play. In that second response, the teen has self-awareness and a growth mindset, which is what we're working towards with all of our kids. Developing the right mindset early on is crucial for a successful, happy life. When kids learn putting forth effort and using the right strategies can help them get better at things, they feel empowered and try harder. When they know their brains are capable of growing, they are more confident, resilient, and they're not afraid to fail. And if they do fail, they know how to get back up. So what exactly is a growth mindset? Everyone in the world has a way of perceiving things. We call this a mindset. You have a mindset, your kids have a mindset, and your friends have mindsets. We can choose to look at the world in a way that makes us feel strong and happy, or in a way that makes us feel frustrated and weak. Learning something new is hardest the first time we try it, but let your kids know that your brain behaves like a muscle and gets stronger every time things are repeated. Now keep in mind some of the suggestions we're going to go through are going to look different for your own child depending on their age. If you're the parent of a teen, you know that at this age, any helpful comments you give them are going to be interpreted as criticism. Suggestions turn into lengthy lectures, and differences of opinions can quickly become power struggles. It's often hard to know how to motivate your teen. Even though the conversations will sound different when you talk to a teen versus a younger child, you can still play an important role in helping them build strong, healthy growth mindset brains. Let's take a second to talk about how our kids face their challenges. Encourage a positive attitude towards challenges. Children with fixed mindsets tend to give up when something comes in their way. By having a more positive outlook on a situation, it'll help your child grow and realize they can conquer anything if they put their mind to it. People with a growth mindset know they can get better by working hard. They keep trying even when things are tough, and they say things such as, I can't do this, ... yet. Yet is like a magic word because it can instantly make us feel stronger. It gives us hope and strength to keep going when things become difficult. For parents of older kids, remember to make space for failure. I know, most of us see failure as something to be avoided. In a growth mindset, however, failure is not the end and it does not define your teen. Rather than trying to make the path smooth for your teens or keeping them perpetually happy, focus on your role as support or staying close at hand. Address the setback head on and talk to your teen about the next steps for learning. Praise the effort. Make sure to praise the effort. A teen who sticks with something, like studying for a tough quiz or completing a project for a class they really didn't like, still deserves recognition. The key is in praising the effort, not the outcome. Some examples of what you as a parent can say are, I know you worked really hard on that and it wasn't easy, but you finished and I'm proud of you. Or you could even ask them, what made you keep working even when you wanted to quit? If you're the parent of a teen, remember that they are bound to run into challenges as they practice independence. Your job is to be their cheerleader, not their director. So when things don't go as planned, brainstorm solutions together. For example, rather than telling your teen to ask the teacher for extra credit when they did poorly on a test, walk through what happened and explore problem-solving options. See what they're comfortable with rather than dictating their next move. Goals are good, but the pressure isn't. When it comes to goal setting, some teens are dreamers. They have goals for themselves into the long future. Some may still be on the fence about what to do next, while others may struggle to think about goals in a concrete way at all. It's easy to transfer your own hopes and dreams onto your child. Instead of pressing kids to fit your mold, come alongside as support. Focus on the process of goal setting rather than the goals themselves. Use creative options such as bucket lists or vision boards, either as a family or individually. Be a model. Share stories of how you faced challenges and were persistent, or call out your mistakes and talk about how you moved past a misstep. Acknowledge the feelings that come up when you're working through something difficult, such as frustration, annoyance, irritation, and talk about how those feelings pass by too. You can say, I remember really struggling with that when I was your age, but then I ... If you can't think of your own example from your past, find examples of growth and fixed mindset in your kids' favorite books or movie characters. I'll use my own son as an example. He loves Spider-Man. I mean, obsessed. But something my 5-year-old is even starting to recognize about Spider-Man is his biggest obstacles aren't the villains he fights, but the daily struggles he has in his ordinary life of Peter Parker. He feels unpopular, he can't pay the bills, he has relationship troubles, he has to go to school and do his homework and figure out how to wash his Spidey costume all in secret. Spider-Man makes a lot of mistakes, and I try to point them out to my son when we're watching the show together. And I ask him what he thinks he could do, and he always says that Spider-Man never gives up. Consider the language that you use. Take a few minutes to think of things we say when we're stuck in a fixed mindset and write them down. Then think of other words we can use to switch from that fixed mindset into a growth mindset. Ask your children how they can change each statement from a negative sentence to an empowering sentence. Let's look at some examples. So instead of your teen saying, I'm not good at this, try saying, what am I missing? Instead of them saying, I'm not smart enough, try saying, what can I do to improve? I'm so bad at math. Why don't you say back to them, you just haven't learned it yet. Listen more than you talk. Parents have so much wisdom and insight to offer, but unfortunately, it looks more like a lecture than a conversation, especially to teens. Instead, ask open-ended questions. Ask your teen for suggestions, solutions, advice, and thoughts. Empathize with their perspective rather than jumping to a solution, criticizing, or judging. Reiterate you are willing and available when they need a listening ear and that you're always here. In conclusion, all of what we've talked about today will hopefully help you interact with your kids in a way that keeps their relationship strong while encouraging them to grow and develop as individuals. The focus is on keeping healthy connections rather than finding the perfect consequence. Find outlets for their creativity, provide them with appropriate alternatives to risky behavior, and encourage goal setting. When your teen knows you're on their side, they may be more open to your point of view and may even come to you for guidance as they set and reach goals in the future. So until next time, stay strong, Rebels.